Good morning and welcome to Vision. So glad you're all here today, and if you're joining us online, I'm so glad you've chosen to spend some time with us this morning. We have a lot to celebrate, a lot to do, and we're going to start right now by standing together and singing out some affirmations.
Vision. How are you this morning? Yay! We're great. Okay, come on. There you go. That's what I want to hear. Awake, alive, aware, and love. All of that good stuff. What is Ernest Holmes? Ernest Holmes had a thing he used to do. I loved it all the time. He would say, go like this, take your arm, put it around yourself. Go ahead, do that. Take your other arm, put it around yourself. Give yourself a nice little squeeze, nice little hug. And you say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful me. Do it again. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Isn't that great? Isn't that a wonderful way to start the day? Do that. Get up in the morning and just do that. It's just fabulous. Okay, let's do prayer. That's where everything begins. Let's do prayer. Giving great thanks for this day, knowing that it is God, that it is the outpicturing of the divine, knowing of itself in form. The entire universe that continues to expand, that continues to change, to grow, to become form and abandon form all the time. We know that that constant change is God. And behind all that constant change, we know, is the eternal. It is the eternal, the beloved, forever seeking to know of itself in form, forever exploring form and abandoning form and knowing form and just being. Whatever it is that it becomes, it is forever becoming. And we know that we are that. We are some part of this one life of God's. We know that each and every one of us holds that special place, some unique and individualized expression of this one life of God. So we come together to remember that. We come together this morning to celebrate that. To celebrate our oneness, to celebrate the life of Spirit as each and every one of us. And we give great thanks for this truth, and so it is. Yay, so here we are, new month, August, yay! New theme, yay! Nature. We'll talk all about that. But first, I want to tell you about our practitioners. We have licensed spiritual counselors. They are our spiritual guides and just know-it-alls. And and what they do is they pray with us and for us all the time. So licensed spiritual counselors, put your hands up. Let everybody see who you are. Look around the room. These are the people you want to go to for prayer. After the celebration, you can just go up to any one of them and say, hey, I need prayer. I'd like prayer. I want prayer. I desire prayer. Whatever it is. And we have rooms you can go to, little like real breakout rooms like they have online. We have actual breakout rooms in the building you can go to for one-on-one prayer, and you online in our meet and greet room after the celebration. We have breakout rooms online as well, so you can have personal prayer, just one-on-one prayer with a practitioner. It is a way to change your life, because what we know is that prayer changes things. Just does. Prayer changes things, because prayer changes us. So do that. Also, in your bulletin, there's a prayer request form. You can fill it out. You can put your phone number on it. We'll call you at home. We can pray with you over the phone or leave prayer on your voicemail. We have wonderful practitioners who will just leave just awesome prayers on the answering machine, voicemail, whatever you want to call it. Oh, old school, answering machine, push the button. Anyway, so get that done, and then this way you can listen to those voicemails over and over. It's just a fabulous way to just get in touch with the truth of who you are, just to remember it, to have someone for you, remembering for you while you remember it yourself. So do that. Wherever you are close to prayer, right? Whether you're home, whether you're here, whether you're on the road, no matter where you are that close to prayer all the time with a vision practitioner. So do that. Treat yourself. We also have a welcome. We have a welcome. If you came in through the lobby, you saw a welcome table. It had a bunch of these on it. They're welcome packets. If you came in through the back door, there's a table back there as well. Welcome packet. Grab a welcome packet. If you are new to Vision and you don't really know who we are, this tells you all about us. We are Centers for Spiritual Living. It's a worldwide organization. It's been around since, 1927. 1927. New Thought, it's called New Thought Ancient Wisdom. I love that. New Thought Ancient Wisdom. So grab yourself a packet, find out really more about Vision and who we are as a spiritual community. And it has a greeting on the front of it, and we're going to say this together. Are you ready? Are you with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that. It makes me feel good, just saying it. Now I'd like to turn it over to our celebration singers. They're going to sing our centering song and prepare us for meditation.
Good morning. My name is Donna Thomas, and I'm a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision. Please get comfortable in your seats, either here in the sanctuary or at home or wherever you are, because we're going to read a couple of quotations. And please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence. and allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of our 5-minute meditation. Our first quote this morning is, "Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization." And this is from Mahatma Gandhi. And our second quote this morning is from our founder, Ernest Holmes. "It is all one thing, one substance in the universe, taking different forms and shapes and becoming different things. Unity is expressed in multiplicity." The memorial candle is burning today for Rich Kling, good friend and writing buddy of T.K. Ekram. Rich made his transition on Thursday. Also, the candle is burning for Stephen Mark Wallace, brother of Penny Carlberg. Stephen made his transition this past week. As we honor the lives of these two gentlemen, we know that their souls are moving upward and onward in the spiral of life. And we know that we are here to give comfort to those that have been left behind. And we know that all is well, for all is good, for all is God. It is part of the natural movement of spirit. And we are blessed for having these souls in our lives. And we bless them in their new experience. And right here, right now, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence. It is God. It is spirit. It is the divine. It is whatever name we choose to call it. It is the one. And I know that I and each one, everyone here, is an individualized expression of this one. We are part of the whole. It moves in and around and through us. In everything that we do, it guides and directs our every movement. And it is good. It is very good. And we can feel the essence of this moving through us as we breathe. And we bring in the breath of God and we exhale. And we bring in the breath of God again and we exhale. And we know that right here, right now, there is only this one. And each one of us is a part of it. And I know that right here where we are is the perfect right place where we are to be. We have chosen to be here this day. Whether we be here in the sanctuary or whether we are here online or for wherever we are watching this service around the world, we are here by choice. And it is an excellent choice. And I know that as we move through this day, we are guided and directed. For this is what the Spirit within expects of us, to be guided and to listen to that small, still voice within and follow it. And I know right here, right now, that as we go through this day, we are inspired by the words of Reverend Patti. We are inspired by the songs of our soloist Janet and our celebration singers, and we are inspired by the cooks that have helped support our Sunday service afterwards with hospitality. And we are guided and supported by each and every person, volunteer, congregant, everyone here this glorious day who makes this service possible. For we are all here because we choose to be. And it is good, it is very good. And I am so blessed to be a part of this organization, this opportunity to be of service right here, right now in Vision. It is the place to be. I can feel it in my heart, and I know that this resonates with each and every one of you. We are here. We are here by the divine. And I am grateful for this knowing, for this calling to be of service, to be in this place now. And as I release these words into law, I know that they are made manifest, for they can never come back in any other way. And I am so blessed, and we are so blessed. And as I let this go, I let it be. And so it is.
So it is. Today we have some special guests here today for the first song with Janet. On keyboards, we're going to have Jim Garand, who's going to sub for me a few times in the next year. And some of you know him from other spiritual centers. And then we have the lovely and talented Dave Millard here, who's just an inspirational, spiritual musician and jazzer, all-around great guy, who's covering for Jim Mooney when he's at his 13th high school reunion. So, and then on top of this cake of talent, we have the lovely and talented Janet Hammer, who we all know. So.
Thank you, thank you. And of course, so some of you have seen Dave and Jim together with me at a place in Old Town called Jack and Julio's. We play there every Wednesday. All right, you ready? The sky is blue, a sunny day. Little Johnny wants to party and go out to play. His friends are black and brown and white, and never ever has the color ever caused to fight. So why, tell me why, does it go this way? Now he sees a rainbow and he turns away. And how, tell me how, did he come to be? Blind to everything but what the eyes can't see. Oh, what is the color of love? The color of faith, the color of dignity and grace, the shape of a soul of heaven above. What is the color of love? The color of freedom. Hey, hey, hey. So deep inside, we're all the same. But everybody wants somebody who can take the blame for all the hurt and all the pain. But until everybody's free, you know we're all in chains. So why does it go this way? Now we see a rainbow and we turn away. And how, tell me how, did we come to be? Blind to everything but what the eyes can see. Oh, what is the color of love? The color of faith, the color of dignity and grace, the shape of a soul of heaven above. What is the color? What is the color of love? So why, tell me why, does it go this way? Now we see a rainbow and we turn away. And how, tell me how, did we come to be? Blind to everything but what the eyes can see. Oh, what is the color of love? The color of faith, the color of dignity and grace, the shape of a soul of heaven above. What is the color of love? What is the color of love? The color of faith, of dignity and grace, the shape of a soul of heaven above. What is the color? What is the color? What is the color? Color of love. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
So we are in a new month. We are in August. Yay for August. And the theme for August is Living Everyday Wonder, nature. Nature, another huge topic. Where am I supposed to go with that, right? Nature, oh my gosh. Nature, like, I don't know, the physical world, plants, animals, minerals, nature. Or maybe the nature of things, right? The inherent features or characteristics of stuff. The nature of an organism, how it behaves, right? What it does, what it doesn't do. Or maybe human nature, right? We can talk about human nature, what we believe, what we do or don't do. Or, I don't know, Mother Nature. You know, the one that's not nice to fool. Do you remember that? Not nice to fool Mother Nature. No, see, that's how old I am. I remember that commercial. Anyway, I mean, there were just like any number of ways to go with this thing. Big, big, big topic, nature. So, for today's talk, I thought I'd go really, really big. Let's go as big as we possibly can with the topic nature. And so for today's talk, I decided unity and diversity. That's about as big as we can go, right? The nature of nature. Okay. The infinite variety of things that come from one thing. I just thought that was like, that's a hoot. Let's talk about that. The Holmes Reader on Meaning said, all things and events are rooted in some coordinated and intelligent principle that we call the divine. Any name limits it. God is in and through all life, the cause back of it, the effect in it, the power through it, the law sustaining it, the impulse projecting it, and the unity binding it together. The system is a complete unity. Our lives are rooted in unity, and our relationship to it is instantaneous and mutual. So there you go. That's it. Let's all go to coffee. That's all there is. There is only God. There is only God in whatever form it chooses to show up. And even though we see, I'm going to put quotations around that, air quotes, see, even though we see many different things, we see a vast diversity of all life, we must always remember it springs from the one thing. There's only one thing it can come from. And all of this diversity that we see that looks so different from each other, that springs all from the one thing, contains all of the elements of the one thing, right? All of the qualities of God exist in everything, everywhere. We're talking about unity without uniformity and diversity without fragmentation, right? You can't break up God and put little pieces of God here and there and here and there. It is the wholeness of God in every place, in everything, as everything. So that everything has the same elements. Everything contains the same stuff. We are the stuff of spirit. And in the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, he said this, he said, there is no such thing as God and the human. No such thing as the manifest universe separate from what manifests it. The manifestation is the manifester in the manifestation. Say that 3 times fast. So what Ernest Holmes is really saying is that everything that is created by the thing that creates everything, never being absorbed by its creation, but everything is composed of it, right? Everything is composed of God in everything as everything. All the great things in the universe are made up of all the smallest things in the universe. You have to love that, right? I mean, think of the biggest suns. I don't know, I can't even think of their names in the universe. The red giants or something, even the largest suns that you can think of in the universe, they're made up of all of the little tiniest things. Right? Everything is made up of the same stuff. everything is made up of atoms, right? I mean, it's like the biggest things we can think of are made of a bunch of the littlest things we can think of. You know, it's like that old joke about never trust atoms, they make up everything, right? Sorry. Come on, it was funny. We know everything is composed of atoms. Everything is composed of atoms. Everything is composed of subatomic particles. And ultimately, everything is just pure potential. It's just energy. In the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, he said, we say we are one with God. You hear that a lot, right? Particularly here, from this very platform. We're one with God. He says, we say we are one with God. We say we are one in God, and this is a mistake. I love it. We are one of whatever the nature of God is. We are one of whatever the nature of God is. Whatever it is one. And so it pours itself into everything it creates. And so everything in creation is all of spirit. And since spirit is infinite, it can never run out of itself to become stuff, right? So whatever we are made of, we are all made of the same stuff. And yet we look at each other and we go, oh, no, that's different. We look at each other and go, no, I'm different from that, and I'm different from that, and I'm different from him, and I'm different from a cat, and I'm different from, a butterfly. No, it's all different stuff, but it all comes from the same stuff. We look at each other and we notice our differences far more than our commonalities at times. We need special eyes to look at our oneness, right? We need that spiritual sight. Because when we rely on our physical sight, all we see are the differences. Well, you've got brown hair, and you've got blonde hair, and I've got white hair, and blue eyes, and brown eyes, and all we see are all of those differences. Remember when we talked about I was going to say metaphorical Bible story of when Adam was told by God to name everything, right? So the very term name means nature. So basically what he was doing is describing the nature of everything. And every time we do that, we kind of isolate and we put things in boxes, don't we? This is a horse, this is a pig, this is a cow, this is a whatever. And so this idea that we constantly separate stuff out when there is this incredible oneness. There's an incredible oneness, And it's valuable that we see the diversity and yet know the oneness. Can you ride that bicycle, right? This pedal is this pedal is that. It's like, can you be on that edge, be on that ground of, yes, I can see both and, right? I can see the magnificent diversity of all life and know it all springs from the one thing. That's what we're tasked with, isn't it? In this philosophy of ours, is to know our oneness beyond all of the differences, all of the magnificent uniqueness of life. I mean, I grew up in New York, and I remember, you could cross the street. You could go from one corner, cross the street, and you went from Little Italy to Chinatown, and everything was different. Everything was just remarkably different. The signs were in a different language. The storefronts were in a different language. It just like, boom, just cross the street and you're in a whole different world. It was wonderful, right? It was wonderful. That was what we called, we were called the melting pot. Does anybody remember that? In history, high school history, the United States is a melting pot, but not really, right? Not really, we're not. We're really more of a salad bowl. But it's true because we retain our individualizations. We retain our cultures, right? We call people, forward. Immigrants would call, host their relatives to come to this country, right? So where are they going to put them? They're not going to put them, across town or up the river or something. They're going to put them right where they're convenient. We'll get the apartment next door or upstairs or whatever. So these neighborhoods grew up and they're fabulous and they were diverse and they were wonderful. So there was the sameness and the differentness. And all you had to do was cross the street to go from one to the other. Not a melting pot, a salad bowl. The idea of multiculturalism is that national identity can be built on diversity, right? we can have that identity of diversity. That's what multiculturalism is all about, instead of sameness, which is really the melting pot idea. You know, the traditional American model is the melting pot. That's what they called us. But in the melting pot, diversity is given up for sameness. And really, that's not what we are. And that's never really happened, has it? Because those little neighborhoods grew up. They grew up, and no matter what city you came from, or town, or whatever, there was that, right? There was Chinatown, there was Little Koreatown, there was Indian food. Oh my God, don't you just love Indian food? Anyway, right? The melting pot is a myth. We don't give up our diversity. We don't give up our cultural identity to melt together. We retain our uniqueness. Where did you come from, right? People always ask, so what's your heritage? Where did you come from? What's your ancestry? And we're fascinated by it, or else there would not be a website called Ancestry.com, let's face it. We all want to know our own uniqueness. The melting pot is a myth. We don't melt together, we retain our uniqueness. And that is our strength, isn't it? That is our strength. We have absolute, unique identities, unique everything. There's 7.5 billion of us on the planet. No two of us are alike. Spirit really needs your uniqueness, right? Spirit is out picturing uniqueness because clearly that's what it does, one of everything. Snowflakes are not the same. Sand. Did you ever look at sand? There's a great picture on Google where sand, just regular beach sand. It's all tan, right? It looks all tan. It looks all round. It's like indistinguishable from another sand grain. And you take grains of sand and you put them under an electron microscope and take a look at them, and it blows your mind. They're different colors. They're different shapes. They come from different things. They're pieces of shells or pieces of rock. Oh my gosh, it's just pieces of lava. It's amazing. They're so unique and so different, individual grains of sand. But when you look at them all together, it's like it's a beach, just a bunch of sand. But it's not. It's individualized. It's unique. And that's the way Spirit outpictures everything. And not only can we notice our differences, we can celebrate them. And isn't that what we're supposed to do? Really celebrate them. You know, these people are saying, well, I don't see color, and I don't see, oh, shut up. You know, we do. And the fact is, they should be celebrated for what they are. Our differences are amazing. It makes us individualized, right? Not individuals, because there's no separation, but individualized expressions of Spirit. Man, not only do we notice them, we can celebrate them. We can celebrate them. Ernest Holmes in the Anatomy of Healing Prayer said there's no such thing as a part of God. It is an indivisible unity. All of everything is present everywhere all the time. How amazing is that? That Spirit is so infinite that all of it is present everywhere all the time. And that includes in you. That includes in you. So each of us contain the wholeness of Spirit within us. You know, I don't have a corner on the God market, right? I'm more God than you are. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like that. All of us contain the wholeness of God. We all are all of it. Right? And that's what Ernest Holmes said in What We Believe statement. And he said, you know, Spirit has infused itself in everything, never being absorbed by its creations. Which means you can't run out of God. So there can be 7.5 billion of us. And think of all the bugs on the planet. I don't know why. But think of them anyway. And all the animals, and all the fish, and all the fowl, and everything has all the allness of Spirit in it. Because it is infinite. It is infinite. And I love that... there's that quote, yeah, all right, I want to talk about that one now. There's another quote that Gandhi said, our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. We have to get there. We have to get to that idea that there's only one of us. There's only one of us in the room. There's only one of us on the planet. There is only one thing happening here, and that is the activity of Spirit investing itself in us as us. You know, it's just amazing. And doing for others is doing for ourselves. Do you get that, right? When there's only one of us, then what we do for others, we're doing for ourselves. Because you are a reflection of me. You are a reflection of me. We are reflections of each other. So when we go out there, we're like, well, we're going to do good in the world. We're doing good for ourselves as well. We are lifting everything and everyone when we do good things in the world because there's only one of us. Help helps everyone. Help helps everyone. And you have to think about this. It's like we're not individuals. We're individualizations, but we're not individuals. And we are always helping each other, whether we realize it or not. You do not grow your own crops, do you? Does anybody here grow their own food? I know, Steve Cooper, you're going to raise your hand. I know you are. We do not grow our own food. We go to the market, right? Very, very rarely do we grow our own food and survive on what we grow, right? And we go to the supermarket, but where do they get the food? It doesn't magically appear at the supermarket either. Truckers bring it there. Some of us make cars that we drive to the supermarket to get the groceries that somebody else grew, that somebody else put there, right? So somebody had to make the cars that we drive. Somebody makes cars, somebody makes music. Right? Like our wonderful, wonderful singers and our wonderful bands, right? Music. Some of us are healers. Some of us are nurses and doctors, and some of us do meditation and teach yoga. We are interdependent. We're interdependent because we're all one. We all specialize in the law. This is what Ernest Holmes said. We all draw from the law what we will produce, what we will create. We're all creative beings because Source is creative. But we all draw from that one source what we will individualize. Think of food alone. Think of how many recipes you have in your house. Oh my gosh, do you have like hundreds? I got boxes of recipes and recipe cards and all kinds of different things. I love Indian cuisine. I'm not great at making it, but I love to eat it, you know. What about Italian food? I'm good at making Italian food. You come from New York, it's like you have to. You know, it's like they don't let you leave unless you know how to do it. There's French cuisine and Asian fusion. I love that. A combination of like a couple of different cultures all mashed together on one plate. Oh my gosh, how creative is that? And all the different spices there are for food. All the different spices, all the different traditions. Oh, good grief. Talk about the spice of life, right? Oh, it's just amazing. And that's really what working together is, isn't it? We bring our own individual spice, whatever we are. We bring to working together. I'm sure musicians, like when you work together, I'm sure it's the same thing. You add your own spin on your music and make it different and sound wonderful and add these notes. No, these notes are even better, you know, whatever. Everybody adds their individualization. And by working together, by playing together, we're learning together, right? It's just amazing, so that we see behind the appearance of otherness is sameness, oneness, right? They're the one source that is living through us is the same thing. When we lift each other up, we all rise, right? And we do that by moving beyond the appearance and seeing the oneness of all life. You know, Margaret Mead was a cultural anthropologist, and years ago she was asked what was the earliest sign of civilization was. And she said it was a 15,000-year-old healed femur bone. And for those of you who weren't in medicine, the femur is the thigh bone, right? A 15,000-year-old healed femur bone. She said a broken femur, of course, takes about 6 weeks to heal. And in that time, a person couldn't walk, couldn't run. He would wind up becoming food, right? Couldn't get away from enemies. So a broken femur that has healed is evidence that somebody took care of somebody. Somebody took their time to stay with the one who was broken, to bind up their wound, to carry the person to safety, to keep them fed and keep them sheltered throughout their recovery. So the idea of a healed femur bone, she said, helping someone else through a difficulty like that is evidence that that's where civilization starts. We are at our best when we're serving each other. Now, Ernest Holmes in The Anatomy of Healing Prayer said there's no dualism in the universe. On this, we must agree. There appears to be, right? We can look out and we see all the dualism all over the place. There appears to be, and on this we agree also, but we have to get to the place where appearance is not something to be contested against or fought with, but merely be clarified by knowing it isn't. That's it, just by knowing it isn't. I can see the differences in us. I can love the differences. I can celebrate the differences and still know that behind the difference is the one. Behind the differences, behind the appearance, always, always is the beloved. There's only one thing happening. It is the activity of spirit. And I think flowers are the best at doing that. Don't you think? I think flowers are just the best at being the same and different at the same time. First, we have all these different types of flowers, thousands and thousands and thousands of different kinds of flowers. And then there are different types of the same flower, right? I love that. You know, I think of tulips, and tulips look great, right? And little, 5 or 6 little leaves, and they're just all cup-shaped, and I love tulips. But then if you look at tulips, it's like, oh my gosh, you have fluffy ones that look like almost like feathers, and you have ones with giant petals and one with teeny tiny petals, and then just think about all the different colors of all the different varieties of all the different tulips. I mean, it goes on forever. Flowers are amazing. Same thing with fish. Really, when you think about it, you look at all the different types of fish there are, all the different types of cats, all the different types of bugs. It always goes back to bugs because they're just amazing. I don't know why, but there's so many different species, so many different looks to a bug, right? Oh my gosh, it is amazing, the differences. It's fascinating. And yet, always remembering that behind the appearance is the one. Right? The same atoms. They're the same atoms. We're carbon-based life forms. That's what we are. You are, I am, fish are, everything is a carbon-based life form. Same carbon atoms, same electrons, same protons. Everything is the same neutrons. You know, a neutron walks into a bar, and asks for a beer. Bartender says, asks how much, bartender says, for you, no charge. Sorry. Same energy. Yeah, there should have been a drummer over there. Anyway, everything is the same. You go down to those elemental particles, everything is the same. Ernest Holmes said, there is only what is and the way it works. That's it. There can be nothing in the universe ultimately but action and reaction. The action being conscious intelligence and awareness, and the reaction, intelligence unconsciously operating without awareness. This is what Ernest Holmes meant when he said, love points the way and law makes the way possible. There is a universal intelligence in the world. It is everything. It is all the universe, right? There is no end to the universe. So as far as the universe expands, universal intelligence is there, is right there. We call it God. You can call it whatever you want. Universal intelligence is everything, is all wisdom. And the law is the universal subjective wisdom, right, that acts out from universal's intelligence desire to know of itself in form. There is what is, and there is the way it works. And there is only one source that powers everything and makes everything, and we must recognize our oneness in it and celebrate the diversity that we are. The Dalai Lama said, I think this is the quote, maybe, or part of it that you wrote. Anyway. The Dalai Lama said, if we wish to ensure everyone's peace and happiness, we need to cultivate a healthy respect for diversity of our peoples and our cultures, founded on an understanding of this fundamental sameness of all human beings. What a wonderful thing, right? We must celebrate our diversity and understand our sameness. We all want the same things. We all want homes. We all want love. We all want food. We want to be safe. We all want the same stuff. And of course, Desmond Tutu. Anybody here for that movie we watched, that Mission Joy? God, that was great, right? The two of them together they played off each other. It was so funny. Anyway, Desmond Tutu said, we must embrace our differences, even celebrate our diversity. We must glory in the fact that God created each of us as unique human beings. God created us different, but God did not create us for separation. So our spiritual practice is to awaken to that, isn't it? To live our days knowing our oneness. We don't have to be the same. We were not meant to be the same. Oh, for God's sakes, could you imagine how dull that would be if we were all oatmeal? You know, like if there was only one thing to eat day in and day out for your entire life, was oatmeal, oatmeal, oatmeal 3 times a day. We were all meant to be unique and individualized. We were all meant to be this whole rainbow. Could you imagine if a rainbow was only one color? Boring, you know. We were meant to be these individualized expressions. Our spiritual path is to awaken to that, to awaken to the uniqueness and the individualization, and to know behind every life is God. Behind every being is God. Behind every life form is God. This is what religious science teaches. Ernest Holmes said, behind all is a unity. Through all is a diversity. Saturating all is a divinity. Let's proceed as the divinity that we are. Thank you.
Where do we go from here when all that we know is what we see? What do we do when fear brings us right down to our knees? We worry what lies ahead. We need some hope and faith instead. There's more to life than what seems. Truth is more than what we perceive. It's spirit to spirit in unity. One world for you and me. It's heartbeat to heartbeat in perfect time. One love for all mankind. It's spirit to spirit, life to life. What shall we know from this? Just as a flower grows in the sun, the spark that comes from within shines a light in everyone, and hate has no voice when what we do is still our choice. Fear has no chance to hold us down or to stop the dance of spirit to spirit in unity. One world for you and me. It's heartbeat to heartbeat in perfect time. One love for all mankind. It's spirit to spirit, life to life. What say we live as if this were true? And life is a precious gift we all knew. Yes, we all knew. Oh, that spirit to spirit in unity. One world life to life, life to life.
It is now time for our conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back to those people, places, and things that support us spiritually. And if vision is one of those things, this is the time and the place. It's now. If you are choosing to give, thank you so much. It keeps us doing what we do here, both inside these walls and outside in the community. And we're so grateful. We're so grateful. You keep the lights on. So look around, say thank you to somebody, point somebody out, and just turn around and say thank you, because it is all us. We're doing this thing together to keep us going, to keep us thriving and growing, and we just love it here. Do you love it here? I do. I love it here. Anyway, so it's in that sense of gratitude that your spiritual practice of donating or tithing, that's where it comes from. It is the feeling of gratitude. And when you know that when you're grateful for something, when you set your attention on it, it grows. So that's what we're doing here. We're growing gratitude for this spiritual community, for this philosophy. So please join me in prayer right now, knowing that there is only one. There is the Spirit. That is it. There's God making itself known as all of us. There is oneness happening here. And everything that we think of as God flows through us. We are the abundance and the beauty and the balance and the freedom and the joy and the love of God. And we awaken to this truth and we allow it to flow from us into the world, changing the world, changing conditions around us. We know that this spiritual philosophy of truth is the way of joy and love and peace and prosperity and wholeness and health and vitality, and we practice every day. So I give thanks for all of the good right here in this room. I give thanks for the good online, for those who are watching from wherever you are. I give great thanks in this idea of oneness, this idea that we are all lifting each other up. We know and accept that we are one, and so it is. So it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive, thank you for my daily bread. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Thank you, Celebration Singers. That was lovely. I have Miracle Mint. Yeah, you can applaud them. They are wonderful. Yay. I have miracle minutes. First of all, I wanted to say Betty shared that she had a surgical procedure a couple of weeks ago. Everything went well. She wanted to thank everyone for holding the high watch and for praying. She wanted to thank the practitioners because things just went smoothly. I love it when you sail right through a procedure, right? So just the right doctors, just the right nurses and anesthesiologists. Everything went well. She's absolutely through that. And she said more to come. There's going to be more Miracle Minute for her to talk about next week, but for now she just wanted to say thanks for all of the high watch and all of the prayers that were done, and that of course things worked out well. And here is another Miracle Minute I got from, where are you, Micah? From Micah, where he said he had an opportunity to assist a dear friend who was engulfed in grief over the recent loss of her 26-year-old son. And he took her to a renowned psychic, which I think is lovely anyway, so that she might get some answers that could comfort her. Knowing that there were over 1,400 people in the audience, only 10 would be called upon to be talked with, they went to prayer. Isn't that what we do? What is the first thing we do? We go to prayer, right? No matter what the situation, just go to prayer. Anyway, he said, answered prayer, she was the third reading in the room. And the medium spoke with such specificity that there was no doubt for her that her son and her mother came through the reading. And the incredible Miracle Minute for her and for Micah was that there is but one mind, right? There is but one mind. There is only one life. And the son's last message to his mother was, I'm not dead, just different. My soul sees through your eyes. I am with you always. Talk about a Miracle Minute. Talk about answered prayer. Isn't that lovely? I mean, and she's doing well. She's doing better. Yeah, much more comforted. You gotta love it. Email me, text me. Text, see, it works. Let me know those demonstration of answered prayer, because that's what we do here, right? That's what we do. We recognize there is one life, like Ernest Holmes said, there is one life. It is the life that we are living, right? It answers, it responds to our most predominant thoughts, and it outpictures accordingly. So prayer opens us up for that. Do that. And then email me and let me know what's going on, because I'm nosy. No, not really. And now it's time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Hello, everybody online. Welcome. I wanted to, first of all, say today is Congregational Sunday. We've got food, our first week of hospitality back full time, right here in our center. So if you're not in the room with us today, you can't smell the good food. You can't taste it, but it's good stuff. So if you can make it, come and be with us. Every week from this point forward, we will be together in the room with hospitality. We'll talk more about that too. Also, Vision Meet and Greet right after our celebration. There's for the online community. Join Micah Leslie today, and they're going to get together and just kind of chat, and there's some prayers available too with practitioners, so join us for that. Spiritual Economics started last week with Ann DiNapoli. Thank you, Ann. There's still time to join that class if you'd like. You can go online and click the link, and you can join Ann and her wonderful, fantastic group on Tuesday mornings, and she'd love to have you. Also, we have a new class starting up this week, the Energy Codes with Lori Oberly Edwards. Lori's going to come up and talk for a few seconds about her class. Come on up. Say hello to Lori.
Hi, Lori. Hi, everyone. So good to be here. It's been a while. Hi, everybody. Meet and greet. Usually they're that week. So I just would love to share about the energy codes. Have you ever felt like you wanted to have an operation manual or a GPS system for life's challenges, just moving through life's challenges? Well, we do have that. Yeah, I know, it's a Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, right? Well, there's something newer. Dr. Sue Morder wrote the energy codes 3 years ago, and it is not a new philosophy. It's based on years of quantum and traditional science. It is also sourced in ancient wisdom. And it's also woven with contemporary thought. Sounds familiar? Kind of like Ernest Holmes? Yeah. It's very much in alignment with the work that we do, the principles that we have here. Dr. Sue Morder is a second-generation chiropractor. Her father was a pioneer in bioenergetics in the 70s. So she grew up with a lot of the philosophies that we learn in Science of Mind. She also brings these principles with her own life experience, a lot of them challenging. She didn't have a very easy life, and yet she had a very held life as far as principles that her father and mother had. And this has changed my life. I have been in energy medicine for over 30 years, and I've been in transformational coaching for 20 years. I've been practicing spiritual practices for 30 years, and yet when I met Dr. Sue just 2.5 years ago at the beginning of COVID, it literally changed my life. And you can do this too, just by having the energy codes. And we have energy centers within us that have powers and abilities that can help you navigate through life's challenges. So we have a God navigating system. So with that, just using and tapping into those abilities in our energy centers, and also learning to embody with other practices, meditation, you'll start to be able to change your life. And I really look forward to being able to support you in that. As I said, it changed my life, and it's an 8-week course. It starts on Thursday the 11th and goes through September 29th, and I look forward to seeing you all. And so good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori. And you can sign up for that class online. And this is a purely online class, so if you want to be a part of that, sign up online. And all of those guys on Facebook, there's a link I know that Paul has put up there for you. This Thursday, we have a special concert. Rhea Carey and Aaron Turner will be right in this room here. We are setting up our tables again in the cabaret style, so tickets are available. They're only 20 bucks. You know, that's a couple Starbucks. Tickets are available in the Resource Center or online. Join us for that. And the way that's set up, too, is you can bring your own eats and treats. And the treats can be anything you want. You know what I'm talking about. So, no, Larry. So sign up for that. That's this Thursday, 7 o'clock. We're also going to be online. And the way that works is you just click the link and you can give a donation and you can watch it online as well. But join us right here in the room. It's really cool to have lots of energy. Let's have some fun with Rhea Carey and Aaron Turner. So we have a variety show coming up on August 24th, which is a Wednesday evening. And Eileen Hay is going to be our host. Eileen, do you want to invite some? You can do it from right there, Eileen. You can do it right from there. Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. So first of all, we have a great lineup so far. We have comedians, we have storytellers, we have singers, musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. There's still room for more people to join us if you'd like to. Please let me know. Let me know with my. Don't know if my email address is up there, but talk to me right after. It's eileenhay0@gmail.com. And I also want to invite everybody to be there because it's going to be a great show. You're going to really, really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Eileen. Yes, so that's also just a fundraiser for the church. So there's tickets available for that. Come and enjoy us. And I might be up here too. That's a little scary, let me just tell you. And there's a surprise person with me in that thing. I'm not telling you who it is yet, but he's on this stage right here. So we won't say anything more than that. So, Adopt-A-Bill. We talked about that last week and we introduced the Adopt-A-Bill, and thank you everybody who has said yes to that already. You guys rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the way it's set up is we've got a bulletin board out there in the lobby which has all of the different bills that we have over the year. Everything from our rent, we're still looking for that person who wants to pay that. That's only $90,000, yes, right? Yes, that person's out there wanting to do that. And also some smaller bills, SDG&E, some water bills, so blah, blah, blah. So it's set up where you can help and support Vision through this fundraiser. It's our first quarter fundraiser. And what you do is you take your name or tear off the piece of paper and bring it to Paul in the bookstore, or you go online and you can click on there and help pay. And what you will get is one of these cute, cuddly, fuzzy, beautiful, either Beanie Babies or our little stuffies. So these are all Bill, right, Patty? All named Bill. So if you'd like to have some Bill in your life, go and help support us during our fundraiser. Bill's lonely. Won't you support Bill? Anyway. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be off, and we have Reverend Diane Russell is going to be with us. Her talk title is It's Elemental, and we have Rachel Drexler and the band here with us, so it's going to be great to have them. How about Janet Hammer? We have CDs available in the lobby over there if you would like to support Janet. By the way, that second song, she wrote that song. That was amazing and beautiful. Thank you. I could go on for a week talking, and I might just do that. But, you know, James wrote the first song. Christy Peterson wrote our third song. Janet sings. I mean, the talent in this group is just amazing. Thank you guys for bringing your talent, including our band. And by the way, how about our band this week, huh? Jim Guerin and Dave, that was good stuff. Thank you, guys. Also, and Dan. So also, it's the beginning of the month, and if your birthday's this month, stand up. All right, so we get to find out the magic.
For you.
Oh, look, another bill.
No, well, look what it says on it.
August. Oh,
It's a
it's
birthday
an August
baby, 'cause
baby
it's your
baby.
birthday
Oh,
this
nice. Thank you. What we got, Larry?
We have a request.
A request?
I'm filling a request for carrot cake.
Carrot cake. I requested that. Thank you, Larry. So cake is available. If you guys were here, you'd have cake too. Love you guys. See you.
Fun is a quality of God, and we do it here very well, and I love it. So we're going to stand up, and we're going to say our affirmations. They're in your bulletin. They're up on the big screen. They are the truth of us. Remember, affirmations, present tense, powerful, purposeful, passionate, all those P words. I love it. So we're going to say them together. We're going to know them as the truth for us and about us. You ready? What God has created is wonderful. Therefore, I am surrounded with good. Spirit's divine idea shines through everyone I encounter. I am the perfect expression of God in form, and so is everyone else. Oh, we're going to say number 3 again. Ground yourself in the truth of that. I am the perfect expression of God in form, and so is everyone else. Absolutely true, absolutely. So let us go to prayer right here, right now, knowing that there is one life. It is God's. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is the energy that is flowing through us. It is the very lifeblood of our lives. It breathes our breath. It beats our heart. It circulates our blood. It digests our food. We don't even have to ask. Spirit knows what to do and knows when to do it. So we know that we are surrounded by this dynamic energy. We are upheld. We are protected. We are guided by Spirit all the time. When we get still and we listen, we absolutely hear that still small voice of Spirit coming through us, absolutely directing us every step of the path, so we know that we are never alone, that we are one as Spirit, that Spirit flows through us and as well as everyone else. Everything in the manifest universe is an outpicturing of the one life, the divine life of Spirit. Giving great thanks, I simply know this is truth, and so it is. So I wanted to let you know that we are singing Let There Be Peace on Earth, or, right? Oh, it's not up there yet, but Let There Be Peace on Earth. And I just wanted you to know that I know we change our songs every month, and we have not changed this one because what we said was we were going to affirm peace on earth. From the moment that Russia invaded Ukraine and we were devastated and heartbroken, and we spent so much time in prayer about that, and we said, we're going to just know peace on earth with this song until peace on earth is a fact. We're going to know it. And this is Ernest Holmes' philosophy. When do you stop praying for something? When you get a demonstration, right? When you get a demonstration. Don't give up 5 seconds before the miracle occurs, right? And so I know maybe some of you are like, oh God, not this song again. But this is what we're doing. We are proving, well, it's true, right? You know, oh God, you know. But we are proving the principles here. So we are singing that song. And you know what? If you have another peace song you would like us to sing, bring it to us. You got an upbeat one, you got a jazzy one, you got a rock and roll peace song, bring it. Because we'll do that one too. But what I want us to know is I want us to know peace on earth. Absolutely. And we will sing this song until we get that demonstration, because that's what we do. We wrestle with it until we get a demonstration. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say that.